Hello everyone, my name is Nur Fatmana Fi'ah binti Mama Amjad. Thank you for being here today. I will be the first presenter discussing about the legend of Lee Chong-wei. Let's begin. His name is Lee Chong-wei. As one of the best badminton players, Lee Chong-wei is a famous figure in the sport. He was raised in a poor home and was born on October 21, 1982 in Bagan Serai, Perak, Malaysia to the couple Lee Ah Chai and Ko Kim Choi. At first, he was interested in basketball, but his mother urged him to play badminton instead since she thought basketball was inappropriate for outdoor play in Malaysian hot heat. This choice turned out to be crucial in determining his destiny. When Lee Chong-wei was 11 years old, his father took him to the badminton hall. A local coach, Tep Peng Wat, saw his potential and brought him into official training. Later on, under the direction of the Malaysian Badminton Association, he joined the national badminton squad. Lee Chong-wei was then discovered by Mr. Sidek and began to be absorbed into the national squad at the age of 17. By the early 2000s, Lee Chong-wei had become the best single player in Malaysia because of his commitment to the game and his intense training schedules. He began to attract public attention as a new face in the sport world when he successfully qualified for the final round of the Malaysian Open Badminton Tournament 2003. It was his first major tournament. However, he lost to Chong from China in the final round of the tournament. The following years, Chong-wei made a comeback by winning two major tournaments, namely the Malaysian Open and the Chinese Taipei Open. Then, he secured a spot in the national team for the Olympic 2004 in Athens. Since then, his name has been mentioned as the new star of the Malaysian badminton world. Lee Chong-wei received several honors and designations during his career. He dominated the men's single world ranking for a record 348 weeks, including 199 straight weeks from 2008 to 2012 for All England champions, 47 Super Series victories, and 3 Olympic silver medals in Beijing 2008, London 2012, and Rio 2016 were among his many international accomplishments. His exceptional consistency and sportsmanship cemented his legacy in badminton history, even if he was unable to secure the coveted Olympic gold medal. Lee Chong-wei is praised for his perseverance and commitment of the field. Despite injuries, a ban for an inadvertent doping infection in 2014, and intense rivalry from peers like Lin Dan and Cheng Long, he overcome many obstacles and triumphantly returned. In 2018, Lee Chong-wei received a diagnosis of early-stage nose cancer, which he battled with the same tenacity he showed on the court. Even though he eventually retired due to this condition, his impact as a player and role model is unmatched. The next part is relevant to the costume. Lee Chong-wei is extremely relevant to the costume because of his journey, which provides deep insight into issues of excellence, leadership, resilience, and personal growth. His life story serves as an excellent example of how hard effort, perseverance, and the capacity to overcome obstacles are more important factors in determining success than just inherent aptitude. Lee Chong-wei's resilience is among his most admirable professional traits. He gains respect for his unwavering will after losing 3 straight Olympic finals and keep pushing himself to be the best. His career serves as a testament to the value of mental toughness because he has confronted and overcome difficulties on several occasions. For example, he not only cleared his name during the 2014 rock band, but he also came back stronger, winning important tournaments and regaining his place among the top players in the world. The significance of Lee Chong-wei goes beyond athletes. In Malaysia, he is revered as a national hero, standing for pride, solidarity, and optimism. A generation of Malaysians were motivated to follow their aspiration by his accomplishment, despite the challenge they face. As a leader, he showed humility and sportsmanship by showing respect for his opponents and being ambitious in both win and losers. Furthermore, his fight against disease, eventual retirement, and example of the human side of excellence. Lee Chong-wei demonstrated a deep awareness and life responsibility by prioritizing his family and health over ongoing competitiveness, imparting important lessons about self-care and balance. In studying Lee Chong-wei's life, students can explore the intersection of individual perseverance and social impact. His story is a wonderful example of how one person's perseverance and accomplishment can motivate millions, making him a model for discussing terms of resilience, leadership, and striving for greatness. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Captain Afi'ah, for giving me the ability to make a presentation today. Now, I will show you about the learning approaches that used by Lee Chong-wei to achieve success in his career. Today, I will present learning approaches in the three parts. The first is learning approaches, the second is strategies, and third, technique. Let me explain in more detail about this further. Okay, now I will present to you about the learning approaches that the Lee Chong-wei used to achieve their success. Okay, the first is self-discipline. He can set the goals clearly and stay focused on the track. For example, Dr. Lee Chong-wei demonstrated self-discipline. He woke up every day at 5 a.m. to begin his training, and he set clear goals, stay focused, and manage his time efficiently. This aligns with the concept of self-regulation, where individuals take full responsibility for their own development and progress. The second learning approaches that Lee Chong-wei used to get their success is feedback and coaching. He often received feedback from the coaches like Ms. Considered and Tie Siu Hook. He actively get the feedback from the coaches like Ms. Considered who provided technical guidance, emotional support, and strategy insight. This helped him to continuously improve his skill and strategies. It reflects the principle of social learning, where individuals learn through observation and interaction with others. Now, I will present to you about the strategies. One of the strategies the Lee Chong-wei used to achieve his success is he learned from the defeat. Lee Chong-wei used the defeat as a motivation to analyze the weaknesses and improve their skill. For example, when he lost with Lindan at the 2008 Beijing Olympic, prompted to analyze his weaknesses and refine his technique. This mindset to help him to build a help him to make a stronger mindset and adjust his approach for future success. Next, the technique that Lee Chong-wei used to achieve their success is he used sport simulation technique to imitate real-life challenges during training. For example, when he displayed a lack of a discipline, Ms. Considered as a coach made him run laps as punishment. This method reinforces values such as discipline, mental toughness, and perseverance, which are essential to being a successful athlete in the future. Now, I will give my presentation to Wan Umaira. That's all from me.
Alright, thank you, Mikey, for the explanation just now. So, for the next part is motivation. There are two things that I'm going to explain, which are first, motivational factors, and the second one is what kind of methods that Lee Chong-wei used to maintain his motivation in his career. Alright, for the first one is motivational factors. There are four factors that motivated Dr. Lee Chong-wei to become successful in his career. For the first one is passion. Dr. Lee Chong-wei had developed his passion for the badminton since he was young, as he would go for training from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. It is quite an intense training, but he enjoyed the training. Therefore, it shows how big the passion that Dr. Lee Chong-wei had for badminton. Okay, for the second one is personal goals. Dr. Lee Chong-wei had always been dreaming to become a badminton superstar. Therefore, he had always worked harder to improve himself so that he could become better to achieve his goals, which is to become a superstar. Therefore, this is the reason why Dr. Lee Chong-wei become motivated to achieve success in his career. For the third one is support system. Dr. Lee Chong-wei also become motivated because of the support and encouragement that he got from his fans, family, and friends. For example, he overcome the doping suspension event because of the encouragement that he got from his network. And the last one is the coach influence. Dr. Ms. Considered is not only his coach, but to Dr. Lee Chong-wei, Dr. Ms. Considered is also his mentor, advisor, and his biggest emotional support, and always support him during his tough times. Okay, next is the methods that Dr. Lee Chong-wei used to keep himself motivated in his career. For the first one is continuous improvement. By regularly training and adapting to new strategies, Dr. Lee Chong-wei could focus on staying competitive and motivated. For the next one is handling pressure. Dr. Lee Chong-wei is also known as his capability of handling pressure. He is not the type that quit to give up when it comes to immense pressure. And the next one is the visualization. Dr. Lee Chong Wei also always got his mental prepared before any tournaments or competitions. For example, he would always imagining himself winning in the competition and that tournament. By doing so, he can always keep his motivation higher. And the next one is fitness training. As an athlete, Dr. Lee Chong Wei controlled his diet by avoiding any oily food. This is to maintain his body healthy and to keep his performance optimal. And the last one is self-reflection. As someone who is successful in his career, Dr. Lee Chong Wei always reflect himself by analyzing the strategies and the performance that he shows in any competitions or tournaments. By doing so, he can improve himself to become better and achieve his goals and targets. So he kept his motivation by doing all of these methods. Alright, I think that is all from me. For the next presenter, I will pass to Sarah to present.
In problem solving, I'm going to explain about the significant challenges that Lee Chong Wei faced during his time as a professional badminton player and the problem solving strategies that he used to overcome those challenges. For this part, I highlighted 3 significant challenges that Datuk Lee Chong Wei faced during his career as a professional badminton player. Okay, the first one is the 2006 Malaysia Open. In this game, it was his first win against Lin Dan, who was his rival and friend from China. In this game, Datuk Lee Chong Wei managed to do a very dramatic comeback by serving 7 straight points from the verge of losing. Datuk Lee Chong Wei managed to hold Lin Dan's match point by 8 times. In his interviews, Datuk Lee Chong Wei described this game as the most significant game in his entire career. The next one is the doping controversy in 2015. In this case, Datuk Lee Chong Wei was tested positive for a substance called dexamethasone that was used for his thigh injury. Initially, Datuk Lee Chong Wei was suspended for 2 years, but after his appeal, the suspension was reduced to 8 months. In this case, Datuk Lee Chong Wei lost his 2014 World Championship silver medal and his ranking dropped to 181. Lastly, Datuk Lee Chong Wei's health and retirement. In 2018, the entire nation was shocked by the news that Datuk Lee Chong Wei was diagnosed with nose cancer. Because of his cancer, Datuk Lee Chong Wei decided to retire to prioritize his health after 19 years of playing. For the next part, I will explain about the problem-solving strategies that Datuk Lee Chong Wei used to overcome those challenges. Firstly, in the 2006 Malaysia Open, Datuk Lee Chong Wei applied mental focus strategy, which means he managed to stay composed under pressure even though he was on verge of losing against Lin Dan. Okay, he also portrayed resilience by holding Lin Dan's match points 8 times and avoiding doing any mistakes. He also using strategic shift by exploiting Lin Dan's weaknesses using his past experiences against Lin Dan that can be related to Cobb's experiential learning. As a result, Datuk Lee Chong Wei managed to achieve a dramatic comeback and his first wins against Lin Dan. Secondly, the 2015 doping controversy. To solve this problem, Datuk Lee Chong Wei came up with several strategies. Firstly, by honest appeal, Datuk Lee Chong Wei explained the banned substance dexamethasone was used for a legitimate medical treatment for his thigh injury. He also received some legal support by receiving backing from Badminton Association of Malaysia and presented a strong case. In this case, Datuk Lee Chong Wei managed to get a suspension reduced from 2 years to 8 months suspension. He also portrayed growth mindset to rebuild his career after the suspension, and he aimed for Olympic success in the 2016 Olympic in Rio. But not least, the most heartbreaking challenges that Datuk Lee Chong Wei faced during his entire life was in 2018 when he was diagnosed with an early stage of nose cancer. In order to prioritize his health, Datuk Lee Chong Wei underwent for 33 proton therapy sessions in Taiwan and other therapies such as chemotherapies. His motivation was based on his focus to recover in order for him to be able to compete in the 2020 Olympic in Tokyo. As a result, in 2019, Datuk Lee Chong Wei managed to beat his cancer. Unfortunately, Datuk Lee Chong Wei announced his retirement as his doctor advised him to retire to prioritize his health.
Sarah for the explanation just now. Now I would like to present about learning theory. There are two things that I will going to explain. Firstly about social learning theory in Lee Chong Wei journeys, and secondly about impact of social learning theory on Lee Chong Wei legacy. 5 key components on social learning theory. Firstly about attention and role model, which is about inspiration from professional player that highlight how Lee Chong Wei observed and was inspired by top players, focus on aspects like speed, precision and strategy gameplay. Then about role model that empathize the support and influence of his coach like Datuk Misbah Sidek and family who provide guidance and encourage through his career. Secondly, about intention and practice, which is about memory of technique and strategy that explain how Lee Chong Wei remember and apply the technique he observed from his role model and competitors. After that, about simplification of complex lesson that discuss how his coach Datuk Misbah Sidek broke down advanced strategy to simple steps to enhance his understanding and execution. Next, reproduction and education, which is about mastery through practice that highlight the importance of consistent practice in mastering the technique of e-learn. After that, physical and mental preparation that discuss how his dedication to replicating these skills in high pressure situation contribute to his success. Lastly, motivation and reinforcement, which is about internal factor that talk about Lee Chong Wei passion for excellence and determination to improve. After that, external factor that mention the pride he proud to his nation, the recognition he gained and how observation, the success and reward of others, for example Lindan, motivate him to strive. Alright, now I would like to explain about impact of social learning on Lee Chong Wei legacy. Firstly, role model for young athlete. For example, Lee Chong Wei served as an inspiration in terms of discipline, strategic planning and self-development. Secondly, share experience and mentorship. For example, he has shared his journey and mentor future players, helping them to improve their skill and mindset. Thirdly, value imparted. For example, he emphasized value such as perseverance, humility and sportsmanship that he demonstrated through his career. After that, reinforcement of success through hard work. For example, highlight that his success reinforced the idea that hard work and learning from others are essential for achievement. Lastly, global impact on the sport. For example, discuss how his legacy has shaped badminton on a global level, inspiring future generation of athletes. Okay, that's all from me. For the next presenter, I will pass to Hafifah to
Thank you,
present.
Alia, for the explanation. Now I will conclude all the things that highlighted by my fellow friends. So, Datuk Lee Chong Wei's life shows resilience and discipline when he overcome injuries, controversies and pressures while preventing Malaysia during badminton tournament. And also, he maintained rigorous workout and self-development, staying competitive for over a decade. Second, he also turning setback into stepping stones. He learned from mistakes and adversities such as losses to Lindan, doping scandals and battling cancer, which is last cancer. He also emphasized self-inspection, adaptability and using challenge to grow. Next, we can also learn how to strengthen mental and determination, which is he showed us to use visualization techniques and maintain composure under pressure, and also advocate determination in the face of obstacles. Next, it is show about role of coaches and also teamwork. It show valued guidance from coach and also teammates, also accepted constructive criticism for self-improvement. So the next point is Datuk Lee Chong Wei's life also shows balancing personal and professional life, which is he highlighted the importance of time management and setting priorities, and also balance rigorous training with personal. The next point that we can learn from Datuk Lee Chong Wei's life is, as students, we can learn from mistakes in academics, assignments, and also tests, and also we can practice punctuality, discipline, and self-improvement to achieve goals. Okay, next, it is important to have social support and being independent as student, that we can rely on family support while developing self-reliance, and also advocate engaging oneself in personal growth despite challenge. Okay, next I will explain about the importance of physical and emotional health, lectures by Datuk Lee Chong Wei, it stressed the importance of maintaining balance and avoiding burnout, and also recommended rest and exercise, especially during stressful periods. Okay, next, we are also need to have perseverance and ambition, that we need to never lose sight of goals despite difficulties, and also emphasize steadfastness and consistency in achieve long-time vision. The last point is Datuk Lee Chong Wei's life also shows the mental health awareness, which is he promoted psycho-education and crisis intervention to handle stress. For example, retired from badminton to prioritize health and balance, underscoring the need for equilibrium in life. That's all from us and me. Thank you.